She wants taxpayer-funded sex reassignment surgeries for illegal aliens.
I volunteered at the South Texas Residential Immigration Detention Center in Dilley, Texas. I want to tell you about what the conditions were like there. Before people come to the detention center, they're placed in one of two places, referred to as the ice box or the dog pen, Hilaria or Pereira. As the name implies, one place is extremely cold and the other place is styled like a dog pen. The place that is extremely cold is particularly treacherous because a lot of people are coming wet out of the river, and they sometimes will take dry clothes and tie them to their legs so they have dry clothes when they get to the other side. Those are taken away from them. So then they have to go into the ice box completely wet with no change of clothes, with no reprieve given to them. People get very sick there. So a lot of people coming into the South Texas Residential Center in Dilley have colds, have flu, have different illnesses. This includes children. This is a center that housed women and children. A lot of the women are assaulted physically and sexually by people, including U.S. employees, on their way to the United States and while they're detained. And yet, despite the conditions that I'm telling you about, a lot of people are still grateful once they arrive in the United States, which to me is an indication of how bad the conditions are where they're coming from, because they would go through that, they'd go through it again, they'd recommend their friends go through it just to get to the border to request asylum. I say all of this to say, under that framework, how in the world do they continue to run with this narrative that people are being offered sex-affirming care and surgery in the facility? They barely can be afforded care for flu or cold. It's ridiculous and preposterous to keep running with this lie. And I feel like even without me sharing this experience, common sense would dictate that that can't possibly be happening in immigration detention centers. I grow so weary of the lies that people are willing to believe.